What is up, YouTube? As you guys can see, we have a big chop transformation on my boy today. He will be getting a high skin taper. To start this haircut off, you want to start by picking out the hair. And when you are picking out your client's hair, just pick out the top of it. Do not stick the pick all the way through the hair because it will hurt the client. You just need the hair picked out enough to feed a guard through the hair. So he wanted a 1.5 all the way around with a high skin taper. So I threw on a 3 guard and I'm pulling the hair back as I am cutting it. And at this point, I'm just checking for calyx, seeing if the hair is growing in different directions, just being super careful because I do not want to nick my client. And right here, you can see this is where his calyx is. And I'm going to be super careful around that part. I do not want to leave a bald spot right there. So you just have to find where the calyx is, and it will show you, if you pay attention to it, which way it wants to grow, and that's the way that you have to cut it. And you see me just lifting the hair up, and I'm checking, and I'm cutting. And if you wanted to, you can just literally just take the hair right off, but I'm just trying to be fancy and pretty with it and take the hair off in one. One more go and the hair is off. I show the client and that's his hair. So I did wash the client's hair, and now I threw on the 1.5 guard on my detachable. This is a true 1.5, and we're just going to knock it down. And you can see in his hair, it's a little bit lighter in some spots and darker in others. That's just because his hair is so used to sticking up. He's been growing his hair out for so long, but it would all start to lay back down once he trained his hair. All right, let's jump right into the back taper. I'm gonna start making my first initial bald guideline with my sabers. I am gonna make this guideline rounded. So I'm gonna give him like a rounded look on his taper. So I'll make a straight line, and I'm just making a guideline as I was giving him a rounded back. And we're gonna put in our first initial guideline with the lever open, and we're going up about 1 inch. And you see me keeping that rainbow shape. Now to take this guideline out, I start close and I start to tap at the guideline. Once I see the guideline shift up for me, I'll close my lever 1 notch until I am halfway in my lever and the line should be faded out. Now we're gonna go do the other side. I close the lever, tap at the guideline, close the lever up 1 notch, and I'm tapping up this guideline until I am halfway in my lever. If the line is not out for me, I would just go back and redo my same exact steps. Now I'll throw on the 1 guard close, and I'm going up again about 1 inch, and you see me keeping that same rainbow shape. That's very important that I keep the shape of this guideline. And if you notice, I am going over this guideline multiple times to get it down to that desired length. That's because his hair is very coarse, and I had to keep going over it multiple times. His hair is very stubborn, but that's okay. We're going to stay consistent with our system. Now we're going to keep the 1 guard on, and I'm just going to close the lever up all the way, and I'm going to go down with the grain where you see that harsh line at. Then I'm going to open the lever, and I'm going to start softening it up and take out that line. I am not going to throw on the 1.5 guard. So with the JRL having a stretch bracket, I do not need to throw it on. This 1 guard open is acting as my 1.5 for me. If I need to close the lever up a little bit, I will go halfway. But you see me just going to the line, and I am flicking out, and you see it soften it up. Then I'm going to throw on the wall 1/2 guard, and I'm going to start halfway, and I'm going to start to feather out this line, preparing to take it out. And you can see the hair is being real stubborn. You know, I feel like it's lightening it up, but it's not lightening it up as I want it to. Now you see me close the lever up all the way, and now I'm all the way at the bottom of the guideline, and you can see it's still a line there. but I just moved on and just went to the other side of the fade. Then I'm going to keep the half guard on and I'm going to close it. This is called a raking method. All this is doing is lightening up them dark spots that you see me working with. And you can see how it lightened up. Now I'm going to go no guard open, and now I have to take out that line that the half guard could not get out. And I'm going to start open, and I'm just going to adjust my lever as needed to take out that line. And I'm just using the corner of my blade during this process because I do not want to risk bringing this fade up. And I'm just going to detail it out just to get the blend I'm looking for. Now we're going to start on the side taper, start right at the bottom of his C-cup area and go straight across, setting my first guideline, no guard open, going up about 1 inch, going over this guideline multiple times. And I just want you guys to pay attention. I'm cutting and I'm brushing. I'm cutting and I'm brushing. Now to take this guideline out, I start clipper close and you see me tapping at the guideline. Once I see the guideline shift up, I will open up my lever 1 notch until I am halfway in my lever and my line should be completely faded out. If the line is not out, I will just go back and redo the same exact steps. Then I throw on the 1 guard close and I'm going up again about 1 inch. And you see the hair is starting to grow a little funky on this side, so I have to cut it sideways, go over it multiple times, keep brushing, laying the hair down. We basically have to train the hair because it's used to sticking up. Then I'm going to close the 1 guard and I'm going to go with the grain to soften up some of that weight. Then I will flip the clipper over, lever open, and I'm just going to start to flick at that guideline and take it out. And I will be adjusting my lever as needed. Then I throw on the half guard by wall and I am halfway in my lever and I'm just starting to feather out this guideline, lighten it up a little bit. You see me cutting sideways because that's the way the hair wants to grow. Then I'm going to close my lever up 1 notch and I'm going to go a little bit lower than I just was halfway. Just trying to take out that line using the corners. Now I am all the way closed and I am at the very bottom of that guideline. You can see right here, I keep going to that same spot. It's that piece of hair that's giving me problems and not coming out. Then I'm going to turn the clipper right over and I'm just going to soften up some of that weight right there where it's a little bit darker just to lighten it up. I love this raking method. You guys should try it out. It just gives your blend a smoother look. And then you see me go right back to that same spot. I'm just trying to get that dark piece of hair out. So I took the guard off and I went no guard open and I'm using the corners, just trying to take it out. And it's still not coming out. So I close the lever up a little bit. Just using the corners. You see it's still not out yet. Then I'm going to close my lever up a little bit more. Just look at it. I'm tedious, man. But this is why detailing your fades and having a strong barber eye is so important. Then I threw back on the 1 guard close and I'm still detailing, just trying to bring this blend all the way together, man. Trying to just make it pop. Trying to give them a taper, man. I'm going to taper time. And you can also go crazy detailing coarse hair. It's more forgiving. And on this side, I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. And I just want to talk about where I've been at mentally. It's been a while since I did one of these tutorials. I usually like to drop 3 videos a week. And it's been 8 to 9 days since I last dropped one of these YouTube tutorials. And it's killing me because I feel like I got some good momentum going on. My channel is growing. We on the road to 1,000 subs. But just recently, my son was just born, and I'm officially a father to a young king. God is good, man. God is good. And us as barbers, man, we spend so much time in the shop, man, so much time catering to our clients that some of us, we rarely spend time with our family. So I decided to take a full week off from the barbershop. Didn't think about cutting hair at all, wasn't thinking about editing YouTube videos. I just really wanted to use this time to focus on my fiance, spend some time with her, spend as much time as possible with my newborn son, and just being around them for a full week. Man, I was ready to get back to work ASAP, my boy. Because my fiance is expensive. And I know one thing for sure, I just gotta keep cutting hair, man. Just keep cutting. Now, but on a serious note, it is important to spend time with your family, even if it's just y'all going on a nice little vacation for a couple days, just getting away. And there's also a nice little reset button. You get a chance to reset mentally and physically. And I'm a firm believer in mental health. If you're not there mentally and not in good spirits, that can affect how you work. The quality of your cuts might go down. You will start giving out bad customer service. It's just not good for business. And health is wealth. And I feel great, man. That week really was an eye opener to a lot of things. I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to see all my clients, and I'm ready to push out more of this YouTube content for you guys. All right, so I just sprayed some hold and spray on my client, and I'm brushing it all down. This is basically freezing the hair in place. Then I'm going to go to the neck area and line that up for him. Then I'm going to go behind the ear, use the corner of the blade. Then I'm going to the other side and doing the same exact thing. Them cocos is hitting. Make sure that you are folding down the ear when you are making them loops going around the ear. You just don't want to nick the client. And just get rid of all that excess hair. And no, that's not a pushback. Then I'm going to go right to the vertical bar, start to line that up. Line up his other vertical. Then we're going to start right in the middle for my balance. And I'm just going to go straight across, trying to get this line straight as possible. And we just tapping and going, and I'm just taking my time, not trying to rush setting in this line. Then we're going to start right back in the middle and just go straight across to the other side, checking my mirrors, putting his head a little bit straighter so I can see the edge a lot better, and just taking my time, tapping and going. Then we're going to go right to the beard, stretch the skin, angle the razor at a 45-degree angle, and just making the beard straight as I can. And I am using shaving gel. Then I just comb everything out, and I go back and hit the line one more time. Then we're going to go to the other side, do the same exact thing, stretch the skin, angle the razor at a 45-degree angle, and it should slice like butter. Then we're going to comb right through it, and we're going to go back through and hit the line one more time. I always like to hit my lines twice, just to make sure I'm getting my client crispy as possible. And this is how my client came in looking. He came in and said, "Yo, Sean, man, it's about that time for me to chop it off." And you know me, I love the big chops, man. Say less. And this is how my boy came out looking, man. A high skin taper. If you guys liked the video today, please leave a like, drop a comment for me, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's your boy, More Phase, man. I see you guys on the next video, and I'm out ya.